Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream of Last Cloudia. Today is pretty interesting because they released a new collab just today, literally 27 minutes ago. Uh, I wanted to do the live stream a bit earlier today because I'm a bit busy later and I just really wanted to get into this collab as soon as I could. And another thing is, I haven't done anything with this collab at all yet. I haven't even started the events, so that means we can spend more time in this live stream actually doing all the events, trying out all the units, stuff like that. It can be pretty fun. Uh, I'm definitely looking forward to doing this because I do really like this collab. This Nier Automata is a great game. I don't know what other people think, but I've played it and I've beaten the whole game like last week or something. It is pretty great. It's kind of a good timing that they released this collab literally just after I finished the game. So I know a lot about the characters themselves and stuff, but let's go over the units and arc. I'm gonna try and be a bit faster this time. I don't want to waste people's time. I will note everything, but I don't want to repeat myself a few times because I feel like if I have to repeat myself, people can always just go back in the live stream since it's going to be uploaded later. People can just go back and hear it again if they want to. So his 2B looks great. Again, artwork is amazing. The artwork in Nier Automata is pretty nice, but it is a little bit dated of a game. But I did play it on PlayStation; it was pretty good. So the stats here, she's a machine, which is interesting. Because I was thinking earlier yesterday, is she going to be a machine or like a soldier? Because technically machines are the enemies, and she's an android. I don't know if an android will be counted as a machine, but apparently it is, which is actually very good, because if you think about it, in Arena, most units that are being used in the Arena currently have God Slayer or Human Slayer, right? Machine Slayer, not that many units have, so she might be pretty good there. And being a machine, I think, is good. So HP is pretty nice, strength is high, as well as a defense, which is nice, and good mind too, so pretty good stats overall. Attribute resistance, she's weak to dark. Everything else is good. I guess that's fine. Only problem is dark is Logsus, so that's going to be a problem. But apart from that, it's pretty good. Nil to blind is interesting, and stun, wow. Nil to stun, that's interesting. But she's weak to those two and resist poison. Now nil to stun and blind is pretty useful there. They're pretty strong. Now abilities, I saw the video and her abilities do look pretty nice. Skill 1, I think is about 5 or 6 hits. Might be 6. I don't remember exactly, but skill 1, medium range, medium area combo attack that throws enemies into the air. So she is going to be a non-attribute unit, which is great because she's going to have a lot more uses. She's going to be able to be used in most content, and she doesn't require Trishula, which means you can use that weapon slot for someone else, some other weapon, which is pretty nice. Skill 2 is about 10 hits or so, I think. I'm pretty sure skill 3 is 15, 30 total. Skill 2, medium range, medium area combo attack, so pretty basic there, but it's going to do quite a bit of damage. All of her skills are going to be pretty strong. Compared to Baran, her skills are pretty good because of her hit counts, and she also has pretty good damage cap as well. Skill 3, I like her skill 3 quite a lot. It's quite fast, and we'll see when we get to using her later on. Instantly close the gap for wide area combo attack. So yeah, you can use it anywhere on the map, I'm pretty sure. And it does do a lot of hits. It's one of the higher hit counts abilities, I think. It can't compare to Loxus, I don't think. His still has higher hits, but I think with dual wield, her skill 3 does about 30 hits, which is pretty good because some units, like, go to Baran, you're going to compare 2B to Baran because Baran is basically the top tier non-attribute unit currently. So compare those two units. I would definitely say 2B is going to be on top there, but compare her skills. Skill 2 on 2B has a lot higher hits. Baran's skill 2 does pull all the enemies in, but the hit count is very low, even though it does have quite a high damage multiplier. It still has very low hit count, so I feel like 2B is definitely going to be able to put out a lot more damage compared to Baran, based on hit count and damage cap. So her traits: Type B, Trait 1. When 2 weapons are equipped, there you go, not one weapon, which is great. Boost physical attack damage and damage cap based on hit count. Now, those I usually like those type of skills, but the problem is if you lose that hit counts, then you lose the damage cap, which kind of sucks. And this trait here is going to be most of a damage cap, so you got to make sure you keep your hit count up. But another thing that's going to be pretty fun is you're going to see your hit counts, your damage cap change so often because of the amount of uh, your combo, whatever your combo is going to be, you're going to have a high damage cap. So you're going to see your damage cap going, doing weird things really with this trait. Maximum damage is plus 50%, which is great. A damage cap plus 5,000, there you go, on 100 plus hit combo. So you're going to want to get a 100 hit combo and try and stay there. So basically what you're going to need to do is have some units that can keep spamming skills. So maybe as long as you've got someone else with Goddess Kiss, or actually someone else with Glass Record, keep spamming that, and then 2B is going to keep spamming skills, keep a hit count. I'm assuming that could be pretty nice, and they're just going to keep that 5,000 damage cap until you lose the combo, and then you're going to have to build it up again. But it's not that bad. I know I would have preferred something that was 5,000 damage cap all the time, but it's still pretty nice that she has it. And chance to avoid physical attacks also pretty useful. Trait 2. Every 20 seconds, if HP is 50% or less, restore HP by 20%. Now this trait is pretty interesting. Every 30 seconds, remove a basic status element. So this is what I'm thinking really. And if all skill stocks are 0, recover SAT 10 seconds. So what I'm thinking is every 30 seconds you recover a basic status element. Let's say you get inflicted with poison or stun or something, and you're 29 seconds in, then 1 second later it will remove that element, right? That's what I'm thinking. But if it's every 30 seconds, like if the 30-second timer starts as soon as you get the element, I don't think that is how it is. I think it's just every 30 seconds it removes one. So if you get good timing, that can like basically remove it in a few seconds, which is pretty damn good. And if you have 0 skill stock, it can recover 10 seconds of SET every 30 seconds, which is pretty good too. That sounds pretty strong. Now, if you're using something like apple pie or the other one, honey elixir that I still don't have, uh, that's not going to benefit you as much, but I would still definitely use apple pie or honey elixir because they're so useful. So yeah, good traits overall. There's nothing crazy, but they are interesting traits, and the trait 2 is definitely unique. Trait 1 is pretty strong, but you got to keep that hit combo up. So let's go to her skills. There's some pretty good stuff here as well. Fighting Spirit 4, Strength and HP 10%, Resolve up 5, which is nice. Defense and Mind plus 12%. That's why she got pretty good defense and Mind, which is going to be great because you want a unit that can do good damage as well as survive. Because if you have a unit which can do a bunch of damage but it's going to die a lot of time, then most of the time they're going to be dead in a hard stage, and you're going to have to keep reviving them, meaning they're going to do less damage because they're going to be dead more often, you know. So if they can survive, then that's a good bonus there. Critical up 2, more critical rate is nice. Aim vitals as well. Proud Force, save SCT, because I always put Proud Force with critical up 2 and 3 at least. Illusion, chance of evading physical attacks will stack with her trait 1, which is good. Machine Slayer, Now this is interesting because that means she's going to be able to be strong against herself because she is a machine type unit, and it's also going to mean she's going to be strong against Alice. Isn't that big of a deal. Machine is still useful, but I guess it's good that she at least has one Slayer on her, right? If she didn't have any Slayers, that would kind of suck. But we'll talk about something else a little bit, related to arcs. I guess I can do that after I've talked about the unit. Auto Brave, Continuous Brave is great. Auto Critical is also great. And Haste. All of these continuous effects. These three are probably the best you can have on physical damage units. Now this is interesting. She has Auto Critical and Critical up 2. You could, and no attack critical raise, you could put on Icy Guardian if you really wanted to. Icy Guardian can do pretty well on her, but if the enemies do have a resistance to ice, then it may not be worth using, but it still could be a good idea. It could be, I'm assuming most people are probably going to do that because that could be pretty strong, since it's already got a lot of critical rate. Awaken is great, I do like Awaken, it's pretty useful. No attribute attack raise 2 is pretty nice, more no attribute attack damage, which is going to apply to special and physical attacks, which is great. And more critical rate and critical strength is nice. Pose of Glory, more SET, I do like this one. I don't usually put it on units unless I'm trying to beat a stage really fast and I need the SET, but it is nice she has it. Blessed Speed is also always great. Triple Impact, I didn't think she would have this because she's more of a skill attacking unit and not normal attacks, but it's still nice, I guess. I don't really care too much about impact skills, really. I don't really use them. She has dual wield on her already, which is amazing because that saves so much SC. You can use the SC on other skills, so I'm glad she has that, as well as sword boost and mega boost. She doesn't have high boost, but you can put that on her because that's on an arc, which is going to be pretty strong. Quick reload is also pretty good. When using a skill, chance to recover 50% SET for the skill that was used. I personally don't remember the skill that much. I don't know on which other units it was on. I don't think it's new, I'm pretty sure we've had it before. But that is a pretty good skill. So let's say you use your skill 3 twice, right? And this activates twice, that means you're getting an extra skill 3. Now, in my head that sounds really strong, right? I don't know how many skills she can hold of each skill, but if she can hold at least 2 of her skill 3, I think that's going to be pretty good. Combo Master, in my opinion, if she has Combo Master and Combo Master 2, that's going to be really strong because of her trait 1. She's got to have a good hit combo to be able to get that damage and the damage cap. So the fact that she's got Combo Master is even more damage, plus 50 hit combos, which is great. I do have an arc which has Combo Master 2, so I might put that on her. I'm pretty sure I will. Now all of these are unique skills. I wasn't really sure what they were going to be, because I thought these plug-in chips would be magic, because they sound like different stances that you can be in, but apparently they're just going to be permanent stat boosts. That's what it looks like. So let's start with OS chip, operating system chip, basically. So yeah, basically if you don't know, in Nier Automata you're androids and you have your core operating system for an android. If you remove it, they die instantly. Now, what a pretty funny story. The first time I played Nier Automata, I saw this and I instantly removed this operating system because I wanted to see what would happen. And then it just instantly played the credits. I just thought it was pretty funny. Now this increases strength defense into mind plus 5%, which isn't that high, but it's still very useful. It's going to have pretty high stats. Plug-in chip attack, strength plus 30% and ST recovery speed plus 20%. Mind minus 15%, all attribute resistances minus 5. Now, I'm pretty sure all of these plug-in chips, I'm pretty sure they're always active, which is kind of confusing because the plug-in chip defense, more defense by 30%, mine's plus 30%, but strength minus 15% and inch minus 15%. On top of this, which increases strength plus 30%, and that minus 15%, and then mine minus 15% and that one plus 30%. It's just a bit confusing, you know? Like, you could have combined all of these skills and just put a bunch of stat boost, but the last one, more int and more critical rate, that's pretty nice critical rate, and less defense and HP. I'm just confused about most of these skills because if they're always going to be active, that's going to be pretty strong because you're only going to get plus 10% critical rate, which is pretty nice, and you're also going to get at least, you're going to get plus 15% strength because that minus 50%, and you're going to get less int, where you're going to get 15% int, so basically you're getting 15% of every stat, I think, and plus 10% critical rate. That's what it sounds like. But if only one of these are active at a time, then that makes more sense. But if they're always active, which it might be because they're not a magic skill, then there's just going to be a lot of stat boost, which is nice. Now these three are unique skills. When evading a physical attack, recover 2 seconds of SET for a skill, and apply skill damage plus 50% buff to the next skill used. I really like this skill. The main reason for this is because her trait 1 has a chance to evade physical attacks, and she also has illusion, which can evade physical attacks as well. So she's going to be able to get quite a bit of SET. It sounds like this unit has a lot of damage, but as well as that, she has quite a few good skills that can help her SET, which means she can spam skills a lot more often, which is always great because sometimes you have a few units which can do a bunch of damage, but they don't have any skills that help their SET, which means you're gonna be waiting around to get their SET back most of the time, unless you have some other unit that is using Glass Record or Honey Elixir or something like that, Apple Pie. So it's great that she has a lot of skills to help her SET. When revived, apply strength defense into mind plus 30% buff to the unit. That is pretty strong. I do like that. But the only problem is it only happens when she is revived, which might be useful in hard stages, but the whole purpose is to keep her alive, right? You don't want her to die just so you can apply this buff. You're going to want her to be alive most of the time. Continuous protection and vitality effects. Awesome. I like that. No attribute attack damage cap plus 2000. I do really like this skill here. This is the last skill here. Continuous protection and vitality on top of brave and haste and critical. All of those together sounds really strong. I don't know any other units that have all of those. Especially vitality, continuous effect is pretty good. I do like that. Because if you have fast vitality, then the vitality that gives it gives more HP, it runs out eventually. Then after that, you get less total HP because it ran out. But since it's continuous, you're always going to get the HP boost, which is great. I do really like that. So overall, I do really like this unit. She looks great as well as her skills. I think she's going to be definitely the best non-attribute units. So let's go over the arc now. We'll talk about her a bit more later, but I went through all of her skills and everything. My conclusion will come when we're doing the summons, I think. So this arc is, if you don't know, this arc is actually of an enemy boss. The first boss, or one of the first bosses you fight in the game. She is pretty cool. Pretty scary though. She's basically a machine that has improved herself from killing other machines and androids. It's pretty cool, but let's go over the attribute first. Well, stats first. HP is good. Well, what I can see from here is all of the stats are pretty strong. There's nothing that's one stat that's pretty strong. Everything is pretty average. MP is pretty high though. Attribute: when attacking an enemy inflicted with a debuff, damage plus 5% per debuff on the enemy, a maximum of 40%. Now I'm pretty sure debuff is like defense into mind minus debuff, I think. I don't know if debuffing an enemy with an element, like if you stun the enemy, I don't know if that counts as a debuff for this attribute, for this arc. If it does, then that's going to be pretty good. But if it doesn't, then I don't see how you can get plus 40% maximum, so I'm guessing that elements are definitely going to apply to this, which sounds pretty good. Having a maximum of plus 40% damage is pretty strong. And since it says damage plus 5% per debuff, maximum plus 40%, that means it applies to all damage, not just physical attacks, which makes it even better. When defeating an enemy, apply a strength int/int plus 30% buff to the unit. That's great. Battlestar Autocast Giga Blazer. Giga Blazer, I'm pretty sure that means all enemies have less strength, which is pretty good, so I do like this attribute. At first I wasn't really sure what I thought of it because the plus 5% damage per debuff on the enemy is nice, but the problem I have is if you can't really debuff the enemy, like let's say a boss has nil to every single element, then you're not gonna be able to get that plus 40% damage basically. But you can still debuff the enemy to make sure they have less defense, mind, strength, and ints, which means that's 4 debuffs, so you're going to get a plus 20% damage boost to all your attacks, including magic and everything, which it does sound pretty strong actually, now I think about it, so that attribute does have its uses. I do think it's going to be pretty good. Now let's go over the skills. Weakness is right. Science research. Now, these 4 skills down here I'm pretty sure they're new skills. Steely Intent: when on the ground, physical damage taken minus 10%. Now, let's say you're in arena, right, and your unit is getting juggled up in the air, then it's not going to apply to that. So it's only if you're on the ground, which is still nice. Only thing I'm thinking was is if you're above the ground even just a tiny bit, then this isn't going to apply. But most of the time you might be in the air when taking damage hits. I'm not really sure, but I can definitely see that having its uses, but when I'm thinking about it now, minus 10% physical damage, if it did apply to all damage, that would have been great. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I've been looking forward to this collab since they released it, because I do like Nier Automata a lot. I've been doing quite a few things lately. I haven't been playing this that much because I've been waiting for them to release another collab or something, but I've still been playing it and stuff. Not much interesting things going on. I have been going out and doing a few things, but most people are not going to be interested in that, so let's just continue with this arc. Two-handed machine. I don't like these skills because there aren't many units that use only one weapon, and especially one machine. Think of one unit that can equip only one machine and do pretty well with it. I don't know anyone at all. When only one weapon is equipped, machine, physical attack damage and critical rate and damage cap. It is pretty strong, but there is no units that currently need it, so that doesn't have a use currently. But in the future it can definitely have a use, but right now it doesn't. Now these two last skills are new skills, unique to this arc. Chance to inflict Blazer, Drain, Lotasma, and slash or Drain effects on all enemies. Now, it looks like this is a magic, because it uses MP right here, so it uses 38 MP, takes 11 SC, and you have a chance to inflict Blazer, Drain, Lotasma, and slash or Drain effects. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a chance to inflict 4 effects on all the enemies for 38 MP. That's pretty strong. I do like that. But the only problem is it takes 11 SC. But now I'm thinking about it, it might actually save MP, because if you were to inflict Blazer Drain, Lotasma, and Drain all individually, for one, it would take more time to do that, and two, it's going to take even more MP to do that, so I can definitely see that having its uses, and if you want to, you can try it in Arena. I don't think it's going to do well, but you could try to do that if you wanted to. But in boss stages and any kind of stage that has a lot of enemies, it's going to be pretty useful. Yeah, I am pretty good at this game. I'm not going to say I'm the best, I'm definitely not. But I am definitely one of the better players, even though I don't really message in Discord that much. But I've played this game for, I don't know, a very long time. Maybe like a year and a half or so now. So I'm definitely very good at this game. But not the best. But I'm still pretty good though. I don't want to talk too much about me, how I'm best, I'm everything, because I'm not that type of person that talks about how good I am, because I don't think of myself that way at all. So there you go. Song of Destruction. Battle start inflict an enemy with the debuff Song of Destruction. Now this is a new debuff, which now I think about is going to apply to the attribute of this arc, which regularly deals damage to nearby enemies. So yeah, I still play Knights and Dragons, by the way. If you didn't see, a last raid I got 4.2 billion points. I was gonna do a video on it, but I really didn't feel like it because I really needed a break after that, because I was hitting so damn much that raid, so I kind of wanted to stop being as active. But I still play a lot. I'm still on it literally every few hours using energy and stuff. It's just I don't feel like doing videos on it because I can't find any content to do on that game right now. Yes, they released an Ultimate Armor like yesterday or something. I haven't maxed it yet, so I could do a video on that, but the problem I have is I get less views on Knights and Dragons now. I get a lot more views on Last Cloudia, and people seem to prefer it. And I definitely prefer Last Cloudia. It's definitely my favorite phone game, even though it takes a lot of crystals, you know. Uh, but yeah, let's go back to this. Regularly deals damage to nearby enemies. Now, what it sounds like to me, it doesn't inflict regularly deals. It doesn't deal damage to the unit itself. It deals damage to nearby enemies. I don't know how much damage that is. But if it does flinch the units, then that could be pretty useful in Arena. And yeah, now I think about it, Battle Start, it could be good in Arena. But in boss stages, it's probably not going to have much use. But yeah, this arc, I do say this arc does have a good attribute, and its skills are pretty good, but let's go over the Archive reward next. That's the final thing to go over. And then we'll talk about if I think it's worth getting it or not. Yeah, I've played Knights and Dragons for 8 years now, so I can't quit it, as I just can't. And my guild is one of the top guilds in the server currently, and it might be the top guild in the server. Based on active members, based on not like runs or anything, but we pretty much run every event. We have like the best members and everything. It's pretty nice. So this Archive reward is an axe with no attributes. HP, strength is pretty high, less defense. Now what I'm thinking is an axe, because the units that's gonna release in part 2, I'm pretty sure I don't know for sure, but she might use axes. I'm guessing because she uses big swords, right? Long swords, which the closest I can think of is an axe. So that's why I'm thinking she might use an axe. But I don't think you're going to be using this axe for her specifically. I don't really know any units you want to use this axe on, but let's go for the trait anyway. Damage to enemies fainted or in break plus 20%, that's pretty good. When defeating an enemy, strength plus 2% up to 10 times. So that basically means a maximum of 20%. And it resets when the unit dies. I don't know if it resets when you go on to the next wave or not. It doesn't say. Well, I wish it did say. But the trait is pretty good, but it's an axe, which kind of sucks. If it was a sword, then it can have its uses, because a lot of units use swords, but since it's an axe, there isn't many that use an axe right now. But it could be useful in the future, but I personally don't like it. I would say the main thing about this arc is the skills, and the attribute is pretty good. But do I recommend getting this arc? I would say if you specifically want this arc, I would say it's not a good idea to go for it specifically, but it's better to try and get the units from this gacha instead of this arc. But if you do manage to get this arc anyways, then that's great, because it is a very good arc, but don't try and get it specifically, because I don't think it's worth going for. I'm gonna say it's more worth going for the unit instead of the arc this time. But the arc definitely is, it's not bad, it's just, it's not needed. It's still strong, so you could do a few extra pulls to try and get it if you want to, but you can pity the arc, but I don't recommend doing that at all. So, that's the unit and the arc. Let's go over the paid equipment next, and then we can go on to summons, which I'm looking forward to. So, trading space. When it loads, there you go. So I haven't started the event yet either. We will be doing that later, once we get to it. I just gotta keep an eye on the time, because I do have things to do later, but we should have enough time. Definitely enough time. So she's got a paid sword and an accessory. So her sword, I had a look at it. Let's have a look at it now. The sword, obviously, no attribute. Strength is alright, defense 2. Traits adds 5% critical rate, which is good. Extra attacks deal 1.5 times damage. When HP is 70% or higher, strength plus 20%. Now, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of this right now. The trait is pretty good, because it adds critical rate and extra attacks deal 1.5 times damage, and the plus 20% strength is pretty good, but the problem I'm having is the unit itself doesn't do any extra attacks at all, so this sword will only be useful if you're using Icy Guardian. But if you are not using Icy Guardian, then I would recommend not to use a sword. But I think most people are going to be using Icy Guardian because they don't have the other arc that was released from the story recently. I still don't know how to say its name, but it's a VAAHS. I don't know how to pronounce it at all, so good luck with that. You can try. So if you don't have that arc, then you can use this sword with Icy Guardian instead, which is going to be pretty good, because extra attacks deal more damage, which I'm pretty sure is going to apply to Icy Guardian extra attacks on critical hits, and this sword increases critical rate as well. So I can definitely see her being very strong with Icy Guardian and this sword, but I'm not going to be doing that, so I'm not going to be getting this sword because I'm not going to be using Icy Guardian, because I have a different arc I want to use. But if you do have Icy Guardian, I would definitely recommend to get the sword, because it's going to be pretty strong with Icy Guardian, and it is a non-attribute, so you can have this sword with something like Scarlet Blade. This sword with Scarlet Blade might be a good combo, and Icy Guardian. That could be pretty good build for her, for 2B. Let's go over the accessory next. Now, this accessory I like a lot more. Pod 042, that's how they pronounce it in games, so there you go. It's an accessory, strength and defense, it's pretty nice. Now, this trait is what is the main thing about this accessory. Physical attack damage cap plus 1000. There you go. That's why I want it, because the plus 1000 damage cap. That's the main reason, that's what. If it just had that, then I would still be sold on this accessory already. When unit recovers from a basic status element, restore HP by 10%. Continuous magic barrier effect. Oh, god, no. Okay. So, this is why this is pretty huge, actually. Because, let's talk about the second part of the trait. So, when unit recovers from basic status elements, it restores HP. Now that's alright. Her trait 2 recovers a basic status element every 30 seconds. So every 30 seconds, if you're afflicted with an element, it's going to remove it and recover 10% HP. That is pretty strong. That is pretty strong. But another thing is continuous magic barrier effect means she's getting continuous magic barrier, continuous brave, continuous critical, continuous haste, and continuous protection. All of those together with, as well as continuous vitality, basically means every single buff on the units that she has is continuous. Now, to me, that just sounds ridiculously strong, because that means you're not going to have to buff the unit because you're going to get all the buffs continuously on her already. Which, to me, sounds really strong. I don't know about you, but I really like that all of the buffs are continuous. So how many buffs has she got? So she's got Haste, Brave, Magic Barrier, Protection and Vitality, and Critical, which means that's 6 buffs continuously for the entire battle for however long. That's just really strong. I like that a lot. So, elements resists Curse and... I always forget these names. I know there's Curse, Silence, Blind, Poison, Stun. Actually, I'm pretty good at this, and... something else. I'll get the name eventually, but right now I don't have the name. Yeah. Okay, so this overall this accessory is pretty strong. I'll definitely recommend to get it if you can, because the continuous magic barrier effect on top of all of her other continuous effects is going to be pretty damn strong. So, and the damage cap and restoring HP when recovering from an element with her traits that recovers an element every 30 seconds. This is an accessory I'd definitely recommend to get if you can. But if you can't buy paid crystals, then don't worry about it. But if you can buy crystals, then I would definitely recommend to try and get this accessory. Instead of the sword, I would definitely recommend the accessory more than the sword, unless you're using Icy Guardian. If you're using Icy Guardian, the sword is going to be pretty good. If you're using Icy Guardian, then try and get the sword and the accessory. But if you're not using Icy Guardian, people that are really advanced in this game, then just get this accessory if you can. Free-to-play players that are newer, I'd probably recommend don't worry about any of these really, but if you can, get the sword or the accessory because they're both strong. But I would personally recommend the accessory over everything. But remember, there's also prisms here, which are very tempting, you know. So all of these here are pretty strong. But this is what I'm gonna do, okay? I'm gonna get the accessory, first of all, see how we are at, and then probably get the 2 prisms as well. So I'm gonna get the accessory with the 2 prisms, not get the sword. That's my plan. But yeah, that's the paid equipment. Now let's go over to the summons next. And then I will start talking about my overview of what I think of the units while we're doing the summons, because there might be a lot of summons. It depends how long it takes to get a unit. We could be pretty unlucky this time, which I have a feeling it might happen. But my plan is to keep doing paid summons until I get enough credentials to get the accessory and the prisms, and if we still don't get the unit, then I'm going to do a few normal crystals, and then if we still don't get the unit, then I'm going to go for more of the step gacha. But first of all, we're going to be using tickets, because we got a few tickets from logging in from the gifts, so that's pretty nice. I got 1 ticket from the event because we got 100 coins to use. So I'm gonna use 2 tickets first and then the 10 pool ticket afterwards. Use all 10 tickets together after that. I really don't expect to get anything from tickets at all, especially these 2, so I'm just gonna skip these 2 because there's nothing here. You can see, yeah. So we might be here a while, but as soon as we get the units, I'm still gonna continue until I get the accessory at least, and the prisms, because I'm gonna be using her a lot. So here's the 10 pool tickets. Hopefully we can get some pretty good luck this time. We've had some pretty good luck lately. Let's try and talk over the units. Why did nobody show up? This one's really bad. I have to skip this one. Yeah, no reds. So 2B, she looks like a very strong unit. All of her skills are pretty good with a high hit count. Compared to Baran, she does have a few things that are not as good as Baran. Like Baran has his skill 2 is pretty good control of enemies. Like you can just pull all the enemies into you, which is pretty good, as well as a few bosses you can do that with. Let's start with the step gacha now. And with Baran, he has a magic skill which can give him SET, which is another thing that 2B doesn't have, but she has other ways of getting SET, so there's that. But 2B has a higher hit count on her skills as well as higher damage cap possible, so I definitely want 2B because I like Nier Automata. I definitely must have her. I did say before this collab, well, as soon as the collab started, I was thinking I'm just gonna save my crystals and wait until A2 releases because she might be better, because she might be a light unit, which we currently need. But then I was thinking, no, I really want 2B. So we're gonna go until we get 2B, which is hopefully right now. There's a red unit arc. Okay, if it's the LR arc, I'll still be happy with it. But yeah, streamer luck moment. There you go. We're gonna get quite a few dupes, I can tell. But I am pretty prepared for this. Okay, don't let the game know, but I have enough paid crystals to do. Get a pity. I think so. I'm not entirely sure on that. Maybe I'll be a little bit short, I don't know. But usually it's about 30,000. But I should be able to. This is a skip again. Yep. Well, I'm gonna keep an eye on credentials because I need the accessory. We're gonna keep doing paid crystals until we get the accessory and the 2 prisms. After that, we're gonna do a few free crystals if we still don't have the unit. And then we're going to continue the laps until we get it, because this lap is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. This is 15,000 crystals, and then the last lap is also another 15,000, which means I do have enough right now. So let's keep doing this until we get enough credentials and see how it goes, really. I'm hoping I get her pretty early. At least if I get her below 100 pulls, I'll be happy, or anywhere around 100, I'll be happy with that. The arc I would like to have, but I don't want it specifically. I would rather have the units. If I had a choice to get the arc or the unit this time, I'd rather have the units. I would even take unit dupes, but we're not going to go for that yet, because... There you go, red, please. There's another arc, damn it. At least there's a chance for it to be something useful. There's still an arc I don't have, so that might screw us. There's only one red. Another dupe of arc. Okay. Well, we haven't done many pulls yet, so we've still got a way to go. I do have quite a few free crystals, so we'll be doing that later, soon. I need 2B. There's a gold at least. Now I've had this before where it's been a gold and Lilibet showed up, I got like 2 animations, and it was a red, and then it turned into a UR arc, so who knows what could happen this time. I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna see what happens. There you go. That's what happens. One animation wasn't enough. So we have enough paid credentials for the accessory. I'm gonna make sure I don't go too overboard with paid crystals because I want to make sure we get enough for the accessory and the prisms. After that, we're gonna use free crystals because I'm not gonna use all my free crystals. I do have enough that I could at least spend 30,000 free crystals. Tharia, gold, everyone showed up. Usually a good sign, but I've been screwed in this same situation multiple times, where it's been a gold, Tharia showed up with everyone else, but then you gave me 0 animations, and what do you know, it's not a red. Or 1, 2, 3. It's a red unit. No animations, so I can't tell if it's unit or not. Come on. 2 units. Okay. Two unit. I don't use Medine anymore. I'm sorry, I don't. I just really don't use Medine anymore. She is good, but I don't use her. Which is sad, because she is pretty good, I just don't like her anymore. Okay. Why did Lilibet show up? I'm gonna skip this one, okay. Because there's no reds. I can already tell. Okay, let's stop for now. I'm gonna go look at trading space quickly. And then we'll continue. I could just go for all the laps right now, but then I'll have 0 paid crystals left, and then that means I'll have to buy another 30,000. Okay, so we can afford this accessory, which I'm going to get, so I'm not going to get the sword, I'm going to get the prisms. So we can get 1 prism for 2B, and then we need 2 more temples, and we'll be able to get the last prism. So I'm going to do 2 more temples, and then we're going to go to 3 crystals for a few summons. If we still don't get her, then I'm going to save the rest of the free crystals and go back to the step gacha. Tharia, but it's a blue, and it's only her, so it seems like a skip for me. Red, yes. Oh, it's the arc. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Even though it's not the units, I would definitely take that arc, because we're going to be getting the unit anyway, so the arc is a nice bonus, I guess. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. Arc is nice. I'm happy with the arc. We're going to do 1 more paid temple, and then, so you can see 2 be guaranteed. Another thing I'm really tempted on is, after this lap, I'm pretty sure it's 1 prism every temple, which is very tempting. This is the last temple we're doing with paid crystals, then we're going to do around, I don't know how many crystals for free. Please be the unit this time. It's nobody. Gold, at least. Yeah. It has a chance. If I can get at least 2 or 3 animations, it could still be a red, even though nobody showed up. Even though I'm alone, it could still be a red, which happens rarely. So the chances are it's going to be a gold. If it's 1 or 0, 1. Please be a red. I have a chance. It's probably not. Yeah. Even though it's 3 animations. When there's 3 animations, I mean half of them were gold, so I guess that's a good thing. Come on, now is the time I'm looking for the unit. I need the unit at this point. Okay, now let's go to the trading space to get the last prism, and then free crystals it is, because I've got a lot of free crystals. I don't want to rely on paid crystals, because I've got a lot of free crystals that I haven't used in a while, because I've just been using paid crystals. So, we're going to go into this gacha now, and hoping for 2B. We don't want a dupe of the arc. That's one thing we don't want. We've got the arc already. We're just going to keep doing. We're going to do, I don't know how many. We're just going to see how I feel like. How many I feel like. So let's go. I hope for 2B. Hopefully I don't have to use more paid crystals because I want to save them for A2. Because I do want A2. Hopefully I get more lucky with A2. The rear. The blue. There's only 2. I need at least 2 or 3 animations here to get lucky. If it's 0 or 1, it's going to be gold, I can tell. Impossible. It's probably a gold. Yeah. At least we got a few reds so far. I think like 5 reds maybe. Let's do another one. I like to save at least 90,000 free crystals just in case. Gold with 3 but 2 people. Since there's a gold and 3 showed up, usually that's good, but only the game decides. So I think on average, with average luck, it takes about 125 summons for the unit guaranteed, I think. There's another red, please be unit. Unit 2B. It's only 1 red though. Oh really? That's so...
Oh no, they keep going.
Korea. I'm just not going to comment on that. Another 2 people. See, since it wasn't... ignore that, just don't talk about it, okay? You said it was going to strike, so it has to be a red, right? Hey, unit. 2B, please, this time. I would be happy for it. No. No. Okay, it's 2 arcs. I'm gonna do another one. I don't know when I'm gonna stop for 3 crystals. I really don't. 3 again. Okay. Red, blue. 2 people. Zek is... Okay. I know I should slow down, but at the same time, I'm still gonna get 2B. Okay. 2. That's the gold. It's red unit. Please. I bet it's a dupe, but I really hope it's not because I would love to be done by now. Please. That's really surprising. Okay, I'm going back to the page gacha because 2B is really good. She's she's the best non-attribute units. Let me go to trading space. This one's the event trading space, that one's paid credentials, which we've done enough of. This one we've done 112 pulls, so we can get a 10 pull ticket, which we're gonna do. And we're gonna use that. So we've done 112 so far, which is a bit much, but I still must get her. Okay, she's the 1 unit. Even though she's not like the best unit in the entire game, she's still one that I must have, you know. If I get it, okay, never mind. Just skip. Getting the unit from the tickets is even more rare. Okay, how many paid stuff do I have left? I can still do a few more free crystals. Let's say like 2 or 3 more temples on this. Let me check. Paid crystals is 12. Okay. So yeah, we can still do 3 more free crystals. So let's keep going because I still need 2B and I refuse to not get her because Zekus. Golds, please. I've gotten way too many unit dupes this time. I mean, you kidding me with how many unit dupes which are not 2B? Come on. I have a feeling this is a red this time. Unit 2B. There's only one. That's another. I've had that arc so many times. I don't know if you understand how many times I've got that specific arc, but it's many times. The rear. Blue. 2. Okay. I'm I'm gonna do like, I think I might do 2 more. I don't know how many temples I should do. I kind of want to do it until I have 90,000 left. But at the same time, I still want to save a few free crystals for A2. I kind of want to skip. I'm skipping. Yeah, because I knew. My instincts told me that there was going to be no reds in that one. How many do I have left? I think I had like 12. So I can still do more. I should just do a pull where I just don't look at what we get. Why? Okay. Two animations. I'm not gonna look at this one, okay? You be the judge if this is good or not. I can hear it. Yeah, that's bad. Pirate ship. I got it at +6 now. How many more? One more after this, okay? And then, cause the more I skip, the more free crystals that I use, the less that I have. Last one, and then we're going back to the step catcher, okay? And then we can get a guaranteed. Skip. Sandworm. Yeah, I'm doing a step catcher now. It's not. Don't worry. She's guaranteed in the step catcher, so she's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4 more temples. So there you go. We're gonna do it right now. We have enough to do it, so we're gonna do it now. Because I don't want to use all of my free crystals, because that's a bad idea. When I can just use paid crystals, save the free crystals. We're not gonna skip anymore. We're just gonna see what happens. Yeah, but I have a feeling we're not going to get any dupes of 2B, which is completely fine, which not. But as long as we can get her at least 1, 2, 3, 4 golds. Yeah, more credentials by the way, which means I could get the sword if I wanted to. Probably will, but I'm not going to use it. 3 more 10 pulls, then we'll get her. After that, it's just a bunch of prisms. I'm not a person that would use paid crystals just to get dupes, because that ends up being stupidly expensive. The rear, give me the good luck this time, you know you want to. But when it's a gold, it's better luck than blue. Go. Why is it an arc? I don't need the LR. Yeah, that's bad. I'm glad it wasn't the LR at least, because then that would have been just horrible. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to buy a lot more crystals after this. This is sad. Okay, how many do we have left? 6,000. Okay, just to switch up, I'm gonna go back to normal for one more. Because who knows? Right? Right? You know? Ah! Ugh. There. Yuck. That's why you don't use free crystals. Okay, I've decided. 2 more temples, then we'll get a from the step catcher, because game decides. I never have a choice, it's just whatever the game decides, really. But I might do the same on A2. The same as what I'm doing currently is just do the step catcher, because if A2 is... This is another skip. If A2 is pretty good, then... Unit. That's not a unit. If A2 is pretty strong, then I'm gonna get her, because she is cool. She's great. You know, a light attacker. I don't think she's gonna compare to Loctus. But here we go. This is the guaranteed to be. Okay. Guaranteed. I know. So we have no reason to look at the animations on this one. We can skip and get. She's at the bottom there, you see? The bottom. Another arc. And there's 2B. There you go. Nothing to report. You're confused. Why? Why'd you have... Okay. I was kind of expecting more of a different message. Yeah. Yeah, well, think of it this way. This wasn't luck. It was... I had to get guaranteed, which kind of sucks, but... I refuse to do any more summons. But wait. Look at this step gacha though. I could do one more 10 pull and get a prism for 2B right now. Which I can't do because I have to buy more. I kind of want to do that, but at the same time I don't. You know, maybe later. I might do one more. So, how many free crystals do I have left? Good amount. Okay, I'm not doing any more summons. We did like, how many? Let me see. Let me have a look. Training space. I know we did a lot. 212 summons. This also means I can get another ticket. Because what else am I going to get, right? Not really anything else. I did 212 summons, right? And I got 3 of the arc. I'm not broke, I'm fine. I got 3 of the arc, which is good, right? But at the same time, one of those arcs could have been the unit. But the good news is I got the arc and the unit. This is the final pull that you're going to get out of me, okay? Yeah, this is a ticket. You definitely level her up. She is definitely a strong unit. This is why she's good. She has high hit counts on her skills. She's non-attribute. She has good damage multipliers. She has skills that help her SCT. She has a lot of continuous effects. And she's just a collab unit, which is... I like this collab, because Nier Automata is a great game. But there you go. We are officially done. I'm still... If you look... This is 7 and it... I'm not going to buy it right now. Wait a second. I could just turn it off and buy another one. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to do that later. So, I can't want to do it right now. Let me turn it off and then do it. So, this is what I would do later, but I'm going to just do it now instead. I'm just going to get another... I'm going to get some crystals right now. Don't question me. I know I've done a lot of summons, but don't worry about it. And I will... I know the screen's gone, don't worry about it, just wait a few minutes. I will do another 10 pull in a few minutes, and we will get another prism for 2B, because I feel like 3,000 crystals for a prism is pretty much worth it, in my opinion anyways, so I want to do that right now. Let's go. We're almost done. Yeah. Like, 1 more minute. Good thing is, this is more content for you. You get to see me do another 10 pull. So, no excuses for seeing a blank screen because your punishment for getting a blank screen is the reward afterwards is you get to see another 10 pull of 0 reds. Here we go. We are almost done. And let's go with, actually hang on, I need to get myself prepared for A2 as well, so here we go. One more 10 pull coming up in a few seconds. And I mean, if anyone wants to donate, I'm sure to buy more right now if you want me to, so I'm just joking though. Yeah, this is the last 10 pull we're doing, okay? We can get the prism right here. I know this one doesn't get a prism, that's a prism, that's a prism. We're only doing this one last one, okay? It doesn't matter what we get. I would like another dupe of the unit, but this gets another prism. After that, we're completely done, but we're not done with the stream. Don't leave, okay? Don't leave. I still need you. We're going to be doing, after this temple, which gave us literally nothing, apart from the prism, we're going to be building 2B just to get all of our skills, level her up a bit, to at least level 80 plus. And then we will equip her with good equipment and use her in the event stages, which I haven't currently started. Because I am really looking forward to this event because I don't know if there's story or anything, I haven't even done it. That's a lot of golds in the shape of Jesus. But there's the last prism that we got. We are saving the rest of the crystals for A2. So now let's go and realize how much crystals I've spent is way too many. But apart from that, here's another ticket, right? Yep, that's part 2. Okay, now let's go to 2B, event stages. This is pure waifu team right there. Well, let's go to 2B, which is down here somewhere. Here we go, perfect.
Will do.
Already love it. She's instantly gonna become my support unit because I like her that much. And with the Arc 2, I am kind of limited on souls right now. Yeah, I was using this arc on her. It's gonna be so good. That's gonna be my build. It's gonna be perfect. Yeah, I'm glad you got more luck than me. Well, I can't say anything because I've had pretty good luck lately, right? And I did get this arc 3 times, and now it's at plus 20%, and I can also use this plus 2 to put on stats and whatever, but plus 21, oh yeah, okay. Let's level up this arc. This arc is pretty nice, but it's kind of hard to use it. But yeah, any new players that manage to get her, she is going to be able to carry you in the story for like the whole story, so there you go. She's going to be great. Level 4, I might not be able to max her. If it changes to red souls, then maybe. I have a lot more blue souls than red. And it's blue souls still. I'm not going to be able to max the arc yet. Now it's red souls, there you go. But I have a lot less red souls. Yeah, I'm mostly going to be showcasing 2B in the event stage soon. but just wait a minute. I'll level up this arc, and then we will go and learn. Yeah, level 8 is the best I can do right now. So the main thing I'm excited for about this arc is Steely Intent could be useful, and these two last skills could be useful. That's mostly it. It's not the best arc, but it's still nice to have. So let's go to party, yeah. So event stages, this is what I'm going to be using. I guess what I could do is put on the event arc, just to showcase it for now. Yeah, I haven't got him yet because I haven't even gone into the event because I wanted to save it for the stream. So we're going to be doing that soon. Let's level her up, learn everything, but this is going to be hit with her base stats. Some things are better left unknown. You know, I do really like this game, the Nier, because all of the messages they say and talk about are just like really deep messages, you know. All of the machines trying to become like humans and stuff like that is just really interesting to me. So let's keep. I have a potion which I got from fishing, if you could believe that. We won't be able to get a 5th enhance because I don't have rainbow potion, but we can get 4th enhance at least for the moment. There we go. Glory to mankind. There we go. I mean, we could get all of her skills first and see what she's like at level 1, and then level her up. Yeah, that's a good idea. 30 souls. I thought I would have had more than that. I do like her special. I don't know how many hits it does. It might be good damage. Okay, first things first. Go unlock her skills. Unlock her skills first. Oh, skip button. Perfect. I gotta love that. What's her ward? Nobody knows her ward yet, so you can see it here first. Sword equip, physical damage cap plus 100. I love that. That's so good. That's great. Can't wait to get that. Okay, so let's try and learn everything really quickly, which may take a few minutes, but it'll be worth it because then we can use her in the event stages. Quick reload is great. Yeah, Brave Exvius. Brave Exvius. I did play that for a little while. I played that for like a few months. I eventually stopped playing it because people kept saying the power creep of units in Brave Exvius is just way too high. I kind of agree with that, and at the same time, I don't really have time for any more games, so I kind of want to stick with Last Cloudia and Knights and Dragons, and that's it, because I don't really have time for anything else. Brave Frontier I did try, but I personally prefer this game a lot more than that, because this game is just great. And it's got a collab with Great Game 2, so since this collab is with Square Enix, we may be able to get a Final Fantasy collab in the future, possibly, which I would like that very much. Having a Final Fantasy 7 collab would be amazing. Resolve at 5.
Emotions are prohibited.
Yeah, she's gonna be great.
Emotions are prohibited.
Yeah, this game isn't that popular, but I feel like it should be a lot more popular than it is, because, in my opinion, it's just the graphics and the gameplay are so good, you know, and the music. Everything about it is great. The only problem is, the amount of crystals it takes to get a unit is way too much if you're unlucky. That's why some people quit, because they feel like the amount of crystals, needing to have 90,000 crystals to get a guaranteed unit is
Emotions
way
are
too much,
prohibited.
and the crystals are too expensive, which I agree with, but at the same time, there's not much we can do about that. So I kind of live with it, and I'm fine. I'm in a good situation to be fine with that.
Emotions are prohibited.
So we're almost done. Sword Mega Boost. I always like Mega Boost skills. They are great. What I'm thinking of is equipping 2 swords on her.
Emotions are prohibited.
I'm probably not going to equip any other weapon because 2 swords are probably the best that I can think of. Because machine
Emotions
could
are
be
prohibited.
interesting. Because you don't need Trishula. Yeah, Sephiroth, you know, uh, uh, the argument is of which 3 units you would want them to bring from Final
Emotions
Fantasy
are
VII.
prohibited.
Because my favorite character in Final Fantasy VII has to be both Aerith and Sephiroth. Those 2 are my favorite characters. But
Emotions are
there's
prohibited.
like 4 main characters if you think about it. You've got Sephiroth and Aerith with Tifa and Cloud. But if you only had to choose 3 of those units, which one would you choose? Because I definitely want Aerith, you know? She's like the best. Okay, we missed one skill. I could not see it anywhere. I wish there was an unlock all skill. That would have been the best. Unlock all button, that you can just unlock everything instantly. Great idea. I just came up with it. Those are our base stats at level 1 without any equipment. Without any awaken either. I'll awaken once. Until I get more souls and stuff. I will, and thanks. All of these quotes from the games. I remember. I remember it so well because I just completed the game recently, but yeah. So, Crimson Potion it is. There you go. Level 80 instantly, and then already 1,000 strength. That's pretty strong. I'll be looking at equipment really soon. Another thing I want to do is look at trading space again because there's a few paid credentials that I didn't use, which I wasn't sure what to use on, but let's do that now actually. Yeah, this one I got 56. What do I use 56 paid credentials on, which I've got nothing to use on? Potions? Maybe? Yes? I think so. All these materials I don't really need. And I could get souls, but you can farm them. I could get the sword, but I don't really want it. So I'm just gonna get potions, okay? Don't kill me for doing this, but potions. Probably, that's probably gonna kill a few people to see me doing that because they can hardly use any paid crystals, and then they see me using 56 credentials. 3,000 mother souls. Yeah, let's use the 3 prisms, perfect. And I'm pretty sure we should get a few more from the event, I don't know how many. At least 2, which is perfect. So, these are our base at Enhance 4. I'm gonna put equipment on her right now. Take off the filter. First is weapons. Like always. What am I thinking of putting on? Well, what was my plan? Scarlet Blade, maybe, possibly, probably. And Sword of Lost Souls is great. Or this is great as well. I kind of want to put on Sword of Lost Souls because their special's pretty strong as well. So I'm gonna do that. And for now, I'm not gonna put on Scarlet Blade because I don't think she's gonna be able to hit damage cap yet. But we could try that. I'm gonna put on the Mirror Master because it's pretty strong. Yeah. Those 2 weapons are going to be pretty strong. They don't increase damage cap, but that's what the accessories are for, right? I'm pretty sure the paid accessory is going to be all the way down at the bottom, because it is usually. So we'll find that scrolling all the way down till we find it. Pod 042. A lot of text, but it can fit. And the other accessory is going to be, if you would believe it or not, it will, if I can find it somewhere, the ring that increases damage cap, because I feel like that's going to be pretty useful. No, actually, I've got a better idea. I have a better idea. Where is it? Down here. This. Perfect. No attribute physical attack damage plus 15%. There you go. Now, most of this can be improved. What I would do is probably remove Muramasa or the Sword of Lost Souls and put on Scarlet Blade instead. That's what I would do, but it depends on if you're hitting the damage cap or not. If you're not hitting the damage cap, then put more into damage, physical damage. But if you're hitting the damage cap quite easily, then add more damage cap. But that's what I'm going to be using for now, and her strength is quite high at the moment. Now let's see how far we can get her to. Bam, 88, 92, 94. You know, I kind of want to do that. Let's do it. Why did I use all those potions? Well, that's a bad idea. That's fine. Not like I'm going to be using them for anything else. Library, 200 more souls.
Go ahead.
Perfect. Profile. You're her soldier. Hobbies, everything's unknown down here. Age is unknown. Yes. Race is android. But I feel offended that it says she's a machine type when she's actually an android. 200 souls. We can awaken once more. And now she's at 2000 strength already. Amazing. Soon we will be going into the event stages. Quite soon. And we can awaken once more. Perfect. It does increase her damage cap of her special, which is great. Gotta love that. Pretty good stats so far. So we're going to be using this. We got all of our abilities unlocked currently. This equipment seems pretty strong. I'm pretty sure these two accessories I'm just going to keep. Those two accessories seem like they're going to be pretty damn strong. So I'm going to keep those mostly for final build, maybe. And later on I'm probably going to change out Muramasa for Scarlet Blade or the Sword of Lost Souls, maybe. But yeah, let's try her out in the event stages. Looking great so far. Looks great. Now let's go into the event and we can unlock 9S, which is going to be pretty good. I don't know if there's a story. We're going to find out right now because I haven't even started it yet. I would love a story, because we haven't had an event story in ages. Seems like, yeah, I've seen this cutscene many times. Yeah, this cutscene is actually from the game itself. The graphics are pretty nice. So, yeah, that's the boss. That's the art. Great stuff. I do love the music.
Multiple enemies detected.
Oh, it's just showcasing the units, isn't it? I can skip this, can't I? But I kind of don't want to. We're just gonna let this. I can talk about a few things. So, how many paid crystals to get are guaranteed? Well, lap 2 and 3 is 30,000 together. Lap 1 is, I don't know how much lap 1 is. I think lap 1 is like 1,000 something hundred. I'm gonna say 1,500. I guess as a guess, I think so. So, I think it takes 31,500. Oh, she is a boss in this event. That's interesting. I'm looking forward to that. I'm pretty sure it's 31,500 paid crystals for guaranteed units, which is quite a lot. But it had to be done. Oh, I see red eyes. I see red eyes. Yeah, it is a lot, but I had to do it because the game wasn't being nice this time. it really refused to give me the unit, but it gave me many arcs. So I was like, screw that. I'm saving my free crystals. Here we go. Poster is going to be great. I love a poster. And it's unit already. There you go. Nice.
I'm here to provide support.
Yeah, that voice line is from the opening of the game when 2B gets put on a mission and then everyone else dies apart from her, and then 9S comes up, and this is great. Yeah, that's pretty. What I would have recommended is for most people to save your crystals until you get information of A2, because A2 could be better. Now, don't do what I did, because what I want to do is I don't care on crystals. I just want to get both units, you know, no matter what. So don't follow what I did and use that many crystals to get 2B, because it's a better idea to save. I love this song. This song's great. This was one of my favourite songs when I was playing the game. It's great. I'm glad they put these songs in. Okay, trading space. Yeah, prisms. 2 more prisms there. Here you go. Okay, we can get these tickets. We're going to use those, unlock the... Actually, let's do those pulls right now. I could just sit here and listen to this music all day. But I don't know about you, but I could do that right now. I'm not going to, that would be boring for everyone. Okay, let's go and use those event tickets because we can get more arcs. From which one? This one. I think you can get the LR arc from this, I'm pretty sure, which is amazing. That means you can get dupes of it, which I highly recommend doing. There you go, we got the arc, 2 arcs already, there you go. This is kind of creepy. Emil head. Now, I still don't get why this head is so popular. I mean, in the story, the head pops out one of the machines, and then kind of starts talking and runs away with no legs. That's pretty much it. So I don't get why it's that popular, but wait for it, this red down here. There you go. Perfect. Got both arcs already. Emil shop is a really good arc. Definitely get it. If you can, well obviously you can, it's quite easy to get both these arcs already. That was pretty lucky first pull. And then we can get unit souls from these as well, so I definitely recommend to farm as much as you can in this event, because you can get dupes of the arcs as well as unit souls, and a soul for A2 that isn't currently released. Perfect! Now it just makes me want A2 right now. She is a light, I'm pretty sure she's a light attacker. Yeah, I haven't played Replicant. I do definitely want to do that, but I haven't got around to it yet because it's quite expensive. So, yeah, Emil. Oh, I see, I understand now. So I'm assuming Emil is a character in Replicant. Something happens to her and she becomes what she is in Automata. I understand now, but I really must play Replicant. I haven't played Replicant yet, but I did complete Nier Automata. It took me over like 25 hours to complete it in game playtime, which was quite a lot for me. But okay, let's go put in 9S, because 9S plus A2 is a perfect combination. Yeah. I don't know how much I should be talking about the story. I haven't looked at the quest yet. Let's do that. Yeah, I do want to review 9S, but let's not do that yet. But in the story, 9S at the end... Well, I really shouldn't talk about the story. If you want to know more about the story, then play the game yourself if you haven't yet, because it's so good. I'm not advertising, I don't get paid to do anything, I just say what I want, and we'll see what happens. Basically, extra quests. Yeah. Okay. More crystals here too. I'm assuming you get souls from these. But yeah, the story is great. Get the, what is this? A model from, oh god, no. Why'd you give me a model of the head? Seriously. It's kind of creepy. The head is creepy, and what's this? There you go, I have 300 more crystals, so will help. Hopefully it's not copyright song, but I kind of expect that it probably is, but who cares, really? I don't make money. The only money I make is from donates that people don't do. Okay, enough of that. Yeah, it brings you just to that. But yeah, you can do that, those gachas infinitely. You can keep farming the event and get those tickets. But the guaranteed gold tickets are limited, so you can only get these 10 times, and then after that, there's no guaranteed red anymore. You can get 2 tickets from here, I got 1 already. And the prisms, I'm definitely going to get the prisms as soon as I can, that's the first thing I'm going to do. Then I'll be able to get 2B at 100 SC, it's going to be great. Through the Dara Desert. Now let's go into the event stage. Try them out. I guess we're going with this team. Good team. Yeah, I saw, I read this in Discord, it resets to 9,000. Whatever, 9s, whatever. It does reset, but what I'm thinking is the first 10 give a guaranteed gold, but after the first 10, you can still buy as many as you want, but it's not going to guarantee a gold anymore. I'm just guessing, because I don't know. Now what I'm thinking of, I just had a big brain moment. This arc with 9S, because 9S is a debuffing unit, pretty much a support / debuff unit. With this arc, could be pretty strong, you know, because with each debuff it do more damage. Let's just go in the event stage. I haven't even used the unit yet. One thing I want to do, I'm 100% putting on Goddess Kiss with Apple Pie on 2B, because I need that. Okay, let's go. Let's see how it goes. So they're going to be pretty easy enemies, so they're going to die pretty easily, but I do want to try her out in the story stage just to see how she does. Normal attack is pretty nice. She has got triple impact, so remember that. I haven't gotten any tickets for the extra challenge yet, so we're going to have to get those tickets. Let's try it at skill 1. Pretty nice. Yeah, it does launch them in the air, which I like. A good amount of hits on a skill 1. All of her skills have a good amount of hits. I do like it. Now let's try skill 2. We won't be able to use her special yet. Skill 2. Very nice. We're going to try skill 3 on the boss. She's doing decent damage so far, but I don't have the best arc on her. I'm definitely going to equip a different arc on her. Not the limited arc.
Multiple enemies detected.
Okay, skill 3 time. Watch this. This should be pretty nice.
Good.
Okay, it's a bit laggy, but
Go.
I like this. How I didn't see how many she can hold of her skill 3. We're gonna test that in a bit. Okay. Yeah, multiplayer you usually get the extra chest. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet, but I will be. I usually just farm the hardest stage possible, because that's usually, I assume, gives the most points and stuff. These coins are pretty creepy. I mean, yeah, this is great too. Since we get 9S for free, think of it as free 1000 crystals, because once we get him to level 100, we get 1000 crystals, which is amazing. So yeah, let's keep doing the event. That's the first event stage I've done. Yeah, but something that I thought of, oh, Okay. Something I thought of when doing the game, when playing Nier Automata, was the androids are so damn strong. Like 9S survived through the whole game until he got a virus at the end, but he could basically, if he got inflicted with a virus, he could basically hack himself and remove the virus from himself, which is kind of ridiculously strong if you ask me. And having the ability to hack any enemy because everything is made of machines is just ridiculously strong, you know? And the pods are another story. The pods are ridiculously strong because they're just another story. That's great. What's the plan? More event stages. Let's go back to training space, I guess. We used all of those, and these, we used them. We can get one more ticket, there you go. Just for you, I could get one more ticket if I want to. I'm gonna do it. Use it later. Now, part 1 and part 2 have different credentials, which always suck, but that's just how it is. Let's go back into the events and keep doing the stages. I haven't looked at the event missions, let's have a look now. I wonder if there's prisms for 9-2B. Why is that hot? 9S only. Oh, I see now. I see. It's his unique weapon in the event missions. I like that. 10 pull tickets for the event ticket gacha. Anything else? Usually the highest, best stuff is at the bottom. I expect, if there's no, there's 2 more there. Yeah, there's prisms, yes, love that. A 10 pull ticket at 150,000. Clear 2B battle. Okay, you get souls for clearing the battles, I see. Extra battles. So, at the moment, we get 2 prisms from the event, and 1 prism from the missions, which they might make another prism available, because I'm not sure actually, maybe 3 is the maximum. I forget what the maximum prisms they do for the events are, but there might be a few more prisms available later in part 2. I know there's definitely going to be more available for A2, because there's no prisms for her yet. Yeah, I do like the rewards. You definitely want to get as many points as you can for this 10 pull ticket. You could get a unit from it if you're lucky. Chances are you won't. Yeah, I haven't gotten into this stage yet. I will try it once I get the tickets. Let's do something. I still love this song. It never gets old. I'm gonna try using the Emil head. Seeing this Emil head compared to all the other arcs is just very strange to me. I'm gonna use Beast Hunter for the extra drops, and we're gonna use this third slot is really missing A2. I just want that already, but I have to wait. I need a 3rd unit so I can get more event points. Which other unit will be the best for event points? Could just use a Kyle or something. Yeah, probably will do that. I think all of them give plus 20, yeah, and the collab unit's 100%. I'm just going for Kyle or Tharia. Perfect. Tharia, glass record spam, and give her the UR, so then I can charge 2B special skill, so then we can try that out now. Yeah, let's do it. We will be trying her in story soon. I've still got a lot more time left, so
Multiple
Let's go. I'm gonna use glass record because this can be helpful maybe. Yeah, I can already tell she's gonna be a very good unit. Her skills are pretty fast. Like if you have a look, it's kind of laggy, but always like that. Skill 2. Yeah, all of her skills are very fast hits with high hit counts, which on a unit like this is just very strong.
Nothing to report.
On the boss stage, we're gonna use a special.
Multiple
Let's
enemies
do
detected.
it right now. Focus on the boss. They're all bosses technically. Okay, fine. Attack, dragon, dance. Let's see it.
We're done here.
So it's against all enemies first, and then the final attack is against that single enemy, which has a higher damage cap. I kinda like it, not gonna lie. 40 hits is pretty nice. You know? I think she's gonna be pretty strong with that special. Obviously not the best, but still pretty strong. Yeah, I forgot to use the Beast Hunter. I need to remember to do that. So I think what I should be doing now is putting arcs on her that I'm gonna want skills learned. What's the first skill that I can think of that I would want? Apple Pie, Goddess Kiss. Fair. I'll do that then. We'll do that right now. See, you know what kind of sucks is I got pretty lucky with arc luck this time, but when I wanted arc luck in the previous collab, Full Metal Alchemist collab, it took me forever to get the arc, but I got the unit pretty early. This time it's the other way round when I want it to be the unit first. But whatever. Yeah, ML Shop, this one. We can have a look at this. The skills on here are pretty good, look at this. Boost movement speed until damage is taken. Now these down here are pretty huge, look. Occasionally supplied increase unit's SCT recovery speed by 100% for 15 seconds. That's very huge. And reduce damage taken by minus 50% for 15 seconds. That is gonna be huge in arena. You're definitely gonna need that in arena on most of your units, I think. That's my plan. Don't copy my plan, okay? That might be the new meta. Who knows? Very greatly restore HP and recover poison blinds and whatever. I'm kind of confused about that. I'm confused about all of these because it says it takes 0 MP. It says it takes 0 MP, which implies that it's a magic skill. But at the same time, whatever. It boosts chance of supplying enhancements. Okay. This arc is very good. Arguably better than the other one, I'm not sure. Okay, let's go over this because I want apple pie. 100%. And also auto mail equipped is also always great to have. So let's keep doing these event stages, and once we've done all the event stages, I'll do the extra battles. Then one thing I've forgotten to do is build 9S. Get all of 9S skills. I guess I can do that after this battle.
Multiple enemies detected.
Haven't really been using 9S that much yet. Mostly just showcasing 2V, but she's great. Her skill 2 reminds me of Balin's skill 2. I don't know about you,
Nothing to report.
but it does to me. No, actually, maybe not Balin's skill 2, maybe Alice skill 3 or something like that.
Multiple enemies
Is a skill it reminds me of. Skill 3.
go away.
I love her skill 3, it's amazing. That many hits, as well as fast hits, and high hit count, is just crazy. She's gonna... lag the game pretty hard. Okay, let's keep going. Need a bunch more event points. We're not going to be able to get all of the event points right now, but because that's going to take a lot of farming. Yeah. Okay, let's go to 9S now. Let's focus on him for a little bit. So there isn't really any story in this. Let's go to unit 9S time. Let's showcase him now. He does look pretty nice. His skills, I can definitely see him having a very good uses, because if you don't have someone like Jen or someone else, I don't know, like people were comparing 9S to V, which I kind of think is a bad comparison, to be honest. I think the best comparison is Jen, because, well, this guy has dark attribute, but he doesn't have any damage cap increases, and he's mostly for debuffing. Yeah, boost. He's mostly for debuffing. So I feel like he's definitely going to be pretty useful in hard stages. He's going to be very strong in hard stages. Let's learn all of his skills at 4th Enhance. Maybe I should have saved some of my potions, but too late for that. Well, Visionary Light, I got 5 of those somehow. When do you think you'll be willing to call me Nines? Yeah. When, near the end part of the story, or spoiler part of the story that I am not allowed to say, she does call him Nines once. And that's all I'm about to say, because I don't want to spoil stuff. Yeah, let's, I don't have potions left. I got 10. Where'd they come from? Event? Maybe? Let's learn all the skills now. When we can. We will be able to get him at max skill cost from the event, which is perfect. Kind of like Alphonse. Very similar to Alphonse, but Alphonse is more of a tank. 9S is more of a support unit. What I'm thinking is 9S with 2B might be a really good combination, because
I'm glad you're
in
here.
the Nier Automata game itself, 9S with 2B, they basically work with each other for the
I'm glad
entire
you're here.
game, most of the game anyway, and they just work really well with each other.
You know, ma'am,
It's
I'm glad
always
you're here.
9S looking after 2B, so I wonder if it's going to be the same here. Wouldn't surprise me if they
You know,
did pretty
ma'am,
well together. Like,
I'm glad you're here.
they should have had skills that were like, if you had 2B and 9S on the same team, then boost stats or something. That would have been nice. What is the best way to learn skills really fast? I don't know. Dark attack raise. Don't know why he has that. He's not really going to be doing damage. And don't you dare
You know,
start
ma'am,
comparing
I'm
him
glad
to
you're here.
Loxus, because he's not even a damage dealer. He's a support unit, okay? He's really not meant for damage.
You know, ma'am,
His
glad you're here.
main gimmick, if you could say it like that, is his hacking abilities. Because in Nier Automata, his hacking was the main way that he can do damage. Maybe it's the same here, who knows. I'm probably going to say no, he's mostly just
You know, ma'am,
support, which kind of
glad
sucks,
you're
and
here.
his hacking is his special skill, which also sucks. I think I'm running out on purple books. I'm going to need to farm more of those. Yeah, he's got some of the same skills as 2B. 2B or not to be, that is the
I'm
question.
glad you're here. You know, ma'am, I'm glad you're here.
Scanning, jamming, yeah, that one is very good. I like that. It's great.
You know,
But
ma'am,
we'll talk about it
I'm
once
glad you're
we
here.
have them all unlocked.
You know, ma'am,
Wait, I'm gonna need more
I'm
rainbow
glad you're
clusters,
here.
aren't I? I thought I was fine on clusters.
You know, ma'am, I'm glad you're here.
We're alright right now. I got so many green clusters because I always farm Imperial Guard Commander 3. Yeah, I have 73, I think I'm fine. Support Unit Pod 153. They
You
don't
know,
say
ma'am,
153, they say
I'm glad you're here.
153. Auto protection is great. Gotta need that protection.
You know, ma'am,
You put that in
I'm glad
whatever
you're here.
context you want. Just it's up to you. Flying Shadow, more movement speed.
You know,
Cloves
ma'am,
high boost.
I'm
So
glad
I'm
you're
guessing
here.
they want you to put cloves on him. Which, I guess, yeah, you could put that out of context too if you want, but that wasn't my
You
intention
know,
that
ma'am,
time,
I'm glad you're here.
I swear. Terramelf 2. Oh yeah, he does have Terramelf 1 and 2,
You know, ma'am,
which
I'm glad you're here.
is kind of why some people are comparing
You know,
him to
ma'am,
V,
I'm glad
but
you're
V
here.
has damage cap increases and V is more of a damage dealer. 9S is more of a
You know,
support
ma'am,
unit.
I'm glad you're here.
Dark resistance is at plus 40 now. Really? Oh no. Terramelf 1, there you go. So we're gonna learn all the skills, which are almost done, and then we're gonna go back
You
to
know,
the
ma'am,
events.
I'm
I
glad
think I
you're
got
here.
everything, I might have missed one again. What's his ward? Cloves equip physical damage taken minus 1%, that's not that great. I think we're done. Did we miss one? Nope. We're good. Okay, let's awaken a few times. And then have a look at his current skills now. Remember, this is at 4th enhance. He's gonna have more at 5th enhance, which I can't do yet. It's gonna take a little while.
You sure are hard creatures.
He has a machine as well. All of these collab units are gonna be machines. Even A2 is gonna be a machine. Would make sense. Hacking. Here's his main thing. What should we do first? Yeah. Look at his skills. What attribute resistance? He's got minus to light. Everything else is pretty good. Weak to stun is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Weak to blind as well. His traits. Let's go over abilities first. I don't know of his hit count because he's not really a damage dealer, so all of these skills don't really matter that much as much as he's special. Medium range dark combo attack. Medium range, medium dark area dark combo attack, centered on target. That's kind of like Alice's skill 2. Laser, frontal, long range, wide area dark combo attacks, kind of like. What can I compare it to? Liu Kao's skill 3 is the best example. Skill 1, spinning sword throw. Just explains itself basically. His special is the main one here. Powerful dark combo to an enemy, one enemy, but chance to inflict illness, blind, and silence. Now, this is going to be pretty useful, but it's not going to be useful for enemies that have nil to literally everything. But he can still be useful. His trait 1, battle start if special gauge is 50% or lower. Fill the special gauge by 50%. You're joking, right? Hang on. So basically at the start of the battle, it fills the special by 50% instantly, which is pretty nice, and then when using a special you apply a skill attack damage buff to allies. That's why it's a support unit. So you're definitely going to want to use a special to buff allies. It might increase when he's at 5th enhance, probably does. Trait 2 is similar to 2B. Every 20 seconds, if HP is 50% or less, you recover basically 20% HP. And every 30 seconds, if MP is 10% or less, recover 30 MP and remove the stats element down effect. The stats down effect, which means If you have a strength down effect on this unit or defense down effect, it's going to remove it every 30 seconds, which is nice. And he gets MP every 30 seconds if it's below 10%, which is pretty huge. I do like that. It's pretty strong. Let's go with skills. I think it's a better idea to go with it like this time. Giga Silence, Weakness, Annular Mouth. These are pretty nice. Annular Mouth with Terra Mouth 1 and 2. It kind of implies it's similar to V. He is pretty similar to V, but he is different because he can debuff enemies. So MP up max is nice. Fighting Spirit 3, it doesn't really matter. Machine Slayers, whatever. Blind Research, Curse Research is nice. Auto Brave, Auto Protection is nice. Dark Drive, more special damage. Air Levon is pretty good. Terra Mouth's nice to have. Close High Boost is pretty nice too. Skill Charge 2. Decoy, Paranoia. I love that. Paranoia is great. The same chip and plug-in chips as 2B, so I don't really need to go over those again. They are kind of weird, and that's the same as 2B. These two are unique to him. When using skill 3, use 3% of max MP to inflict a physical attack damage minus 20% debuff. Now, that is very good, but at the same time, most hard bosses that they've released recently have been doing magic damage. So, it's still nice though. Last skill, Jamming. When using skill 1, chance to use 2% of max MP to inflict 1 random strength defense into mind debuff. Now that's the main thing about him. Using his skill 1, you have a chance to use 2% of your MP to inflict a random debuff. That is pretty nice. But at the same time, you could just put on like Blazer or whatever on this unit. You know, he might do pretty well with the limited arc that's in this banner, part 1, because that can inflict things on all enemies, which is pretty useful. Hey, thanks for the sub. I like seeing these animations. I don't have the paid, I haven't bought Streamlabs, the paid version, so I know the animations are pretty boring, but at least you get to see it, right? But yeah. So that's 9S. With his current skills, he does seem like a pretty good support unit. Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to get a few more skills at 5th Enhance, and his traits are going to change and stuff to be stronger. I definitely recommend to get him, because he's free. Definitely get him at max SC, because he is going to be very useful for hard stages. Very useful for hard stages. Similar to Alphonse, he's going to be very good. He's not going to be doing a lot of damage, he's mostly going to be support unit, but just so you know, support units are the most valuable units in this game, because Theria has been the best unit for ages now, and she still is, so because she's a support unit, so there you go. So that's 9S, definitely recommend getting him, he's going to be super useful for anyone and everyone, for hard stages mostly. There are other units that could do better than him, like I would personally use Jen instead, or Jen plus Theria combo is still the combo I like using the best, but he's still a very good unit. With 2B, they might be a good combination, but yeah. He does have a unique sword in the event missions, so make sure to get that too. And a lot of prisms, so get those. And that's pretty much it for him. He's mostly a support unit, so there's no reason to try him out to see what his damage is going to be like, because he's mostly a support unit. So what do I want to do now? I still want to do more event stages. Let's do one more event stage, and then we can go into story and try out 2B and see what she can do with her current base skills that enhance 4. It's been 2 hours now. The stream is a lot longer than it usually has been, but there's been a lot of content we've covered. so far. Here's the boss stage. Here we go. I love this. This area is the same as what it is in the game, but she's gonna die.
Multiple enemies detected.
Yeah, this animation is in the game itself, but I do love it. The music too is all great. This is great. Yeah, Simone, I think. So, good story about this enemy, this boss, is she was actually like a small machine, right? But she kept killing machines just to get this other machine to notice her. Yeah, what the hell is this? And she kept killing machines and androids to... Yeah, they don't say anything about a machine like this. Oh look, she's blind now because of a 9S. I get, no, because of 9S she was blind. Now she's debuffed and blind. You know, it's pretty strong actually. Beautiful, beautiful. I must become beautiful. Yeah, yeah. This boss fight is pretty nice, but this is like one of the first bosses you find. I must be beautiful. Yeah, the story about this is she wants to be beautiful so another machine notices her. And the other machine is just completely ignoring her, and she's trying her best to get noticed by this other machine. So that's why she's doing this. That's why she's killing everyone, trying to, just so she can make herself become more beautiful. And fun fact, those enemies she's spawning in are actually dead androids. Yeah, she's got immunity to damage right now. Yeah, those look like corpses. Yeah, there you go. Story spoiler. This is taking a while. Are we seriously being attacked with dead androids? There you go. So, Simone did kill a bunch of androids. Yeah, wait, I don't think... I can't kill her yet. She's got immunity to damage. Yeah, you can see his skill 3 is kind of similar to... Okay. They aren't dead, they can turn into weapons, yeah. Alright, this ends now. Yeah, I want to use a special just because. Let's see what it's like hacking. His hacking is so good in the actual game. It's like this. You play a mini game and then it hacks them.
Talk about easy.
Talk about easy. Yeah, it didn't debuff on that time. Let's just keep using skill 1 and you can see it is inflicting debuffs. You can see mind and strength debuff. Pretty strong. Come on. Oh yeah, it's spawning the enemies now. You can see android corpse. Kill them all. Yeah, she can hold more than one of her skill 3, which is good to know. That makes her a lot better, because if she only had one skill 3, that kind of sucks. Skill special now. Use it.
We're done here.
Analyze the enemy's hacking pattern. Announce immune to damage again. Yeah, all the music and everything about it. I'm going to try to hack it back. Well, sorry, but I don't have my hacking ability yet available. I've already used it. Keep it busy. Yeah, this stage is taking way too long. I know it's trying to really be as close to the real stage as it can in the real game, but more beautiful must become beautiful. Yeah, still immune to damage. It seems like 9S's skill 1 is going to be the most useful skill here, and I would definitely recommend to put on Goddess Kiss on him. That's going to be a huge must-have. And on a 9S, 2B, plus 9S. There we go, hacking. I didn't use that, that just happened by itself. There you go, now she's dead, because of the hacking. See? This is pretty cool. Thanks for the assist. No problem. What did he... Oh, you mean the hacking? No worries, there you go. Us scanners are pretty good at that kind of thing. Yeah, you're way too good at that kind of thing. Yeah, I do like 9S as a character, he's pretty good. Near the end he gets kind of evil, but there's one part in the game where something happens to 2B and then 9S just completely loses it. How can I complete it in 2 minutes? Seriously. You're joking me. But yeah, those are all the event stages. We got a 10-4 ticket for the arcs, and I assume that was that's a figurine of a sword. Let's go into story and try out 2B. Extra challenge, we still need more tickets. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now? Well, here's the thing. I can't be sure of which unit I like better in this game because we don't know any information of A2 yet, but as a character I like 2B more because A2 doesn't show up as much of the story as 2B. 2B is more of like the main good character, right? A2 was an enemy in part of the game because she was but she betrayed whatever, you're her, apparently, somehow. But then later on, we get to be her and play as her, and she's kind of like a bit of a bitch, you know. She's kind of quite rude most of the time, but she is pretty cool and pretty strong too. She is a good character, but I personally prefer 2B as a character. Yeah, I finished that. Let's go back to that and use these units in the story, just so I can see how well 2B does currently. But yeah, some people prefer A2. I personally prefer 2B because she's been the main character for the game for even longer. And yeah. It's kind of weird though, because A2 at one point cuts off her hair, right? Most of her hair. And then the rest of the game you're playing as her with short hair, which is kind of weird. But anyways, let's try out. We're mostly going to be focusing on 2B because nobody else is pretty much going to do much damage. You can, I guess, try and debuff enemies. I'm going to be using a special skill right now. We're going to try them out. I want to see damage. So let's do it now. So you can see here, a special skill is first against all enemies, right? And then now it's against a single enemy. So it's not that many hits against all enemies, but that's kind of a good thing though, think about it. I'm gonna have to keep using glass record. It's kind of a good thing because having good single damage is great for bosses. Yeah, she's not hitting damage cap or anything yet, but she isn't built that much. Her skill 1 can be spammed super fast, as well as her skill 2. All of her skills can be spammed really fast, so she's going to be great. 9S's skill 1, I can keep spamming and debuff enemies. You can see they got debuffs now. Let's have a look. Yeah, physical attack reduction, mind decrease, and int decrease. If I focus on the boss, use the special hacking, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, he did get inflicted with whatever that is keep spamming S1 and S2 and they will be debuffed. But you can see they're doing decent damage so far. 9S is pretty useful with the debuffing side of it. 2B is not doing that much damage at the moment, but I currently don't have her built fully. She's definitely going to be able to do a lot more damage. I don't have the right arc equipped on her. I don't have Goddess Kiss and all that stuff and Sharp Eyes and whatever yet, so I have a feeling she's going to be very strong, because I can already tell from her skills you can spam them stupidly fast. But yeah, she's going to be a great unit, I can already tell. I would definitely say better than Baran, in my opinion. Because Baran has some good skills, but low hit counts on some of them, and some skills are... His skill 3 is pretty good, but his other skills are not that great. His skill 2 is good, but low hit count. Okay, so it's been 2 hours 11 minutes of me talking, so I'm kind of tired of talking by now, so let's what else is there for us to do? Well, we haven't done everything on the event yet, but we've showcased everything mostly. So I'm gonna have to end the stream now because I do have to go soon, and I'm very tired of my throat is tired of talking this long because I'm not used to it. So overall, my overall thoughts of these units are 2B is a great unit. She's definitely the best non-attribute unit so far released in this game. I would definitely recommend to try and get her if you don't have Baran. If you do have Baran and you're a free-to-play player, you don't need her that badly, but she will still benefit you. I only really use one non-attribute unit at a time. You could use more, but you could have Baran and Tubi. That could be a good team, but I personally would say if you have Baran, you don't need her that badly, but Tubi is still going to be better overall as a unit. She's still definitely worth getting, but another thing to think about is you could save your crystals for A2 because A2 could be better, so I personally recommend to wait until A2 information gets released because she could be better than 2B. We don't know yet, but 2B is going to have a lot of usability because she's non-attribute and has very good hit counts and her skills are all fast and everything like that. So that's 2B, I would definitely recommend to get her if you can, but she's not a must-have, but still a very top-tier unit. Compared to Loxus, she's still not as good, but she's still up there in terms of damage. 9S is a free unit, so definitely get him because why not? He is a very good support unit, which is going to have good usability. Someone like Jen is more useful than 9S in my opinion, but 9S is still very good. Only problem is he's a dark attribute, so if he was a non-attribute like 2B, then he would be able to be more useful in my opinion, but since he's dark attribute, he's not going to be as useful as Jen because Jen is not non-attribute. But still build 9S, he's going to be useful for a lot of people, especially in hard stages, he's going to be very strong. So definitely build him, he's going to be worth using, because Alphonse, I did end up using him in one of the hard stages recently. You know, that hard stage that I did that required 3 different parties. I did use Alphonse, he was very good. So 9S is kind of similar to him, he's not a tank, but he's a good support unit, so definitely build him. And A2, we don't know any information on her yet, so if you're limited on crystals or if you don't know what to do, then save crystals for now until we get information on A2, because A2 could be a better unit. We don't know yet, because if she has dual wield, high damage cap, good hit counts and everything like that, and she's a light attacking unit, I might recommend to get her instead, but it really depends. But yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on this collab so far. I will be farming a lot of stages and building these units in my own time, and I will be back in the part 2 of the collab next week on Thursday, I think, is when the part 2 starts. And I will be doing the same thing again as this time. I'll be doing as many summons as I can until I get the unit guaranteed, if she is worth getting. If I see her skills in the video and don't want her, then I'm not going to be going for her, but still do a few summons. But I do expect her to be pretty strong. If she is, then I'm going to be doing a lot of summons until I get a showcase her, do everything like that, same thing as this time, but it's not going to be as long of a stream because we had 2 units to showcase this time, so there you go. So yeah, that's this stream. Thanks for coming, and I will see you in a week for the next stream. I might live stream Borderlands in between that, we'll see. I will be doing a lot of the event stages and stuff in my own time, so yeah. Thanks for coming, and hopefully everyone else have good luck in this gacha and in this collab because 2B is a great unit. She is really great, and I do love this collab, so that's why I want to use so many crystals. But yeah, that's enough of me talking for now, because I don't think I can talk for any longer than this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a week from now for part 2 of the collab. So yeah, thanks, and bye.